The 2026 World Cup is rapidly approaching, and these warnings are really starting to sink in. Stricter travel restrictions and additional documentation, the risk of arbitrary detention and deportation, especially for trans and non-binary fans, the threat of racial profiling, and discrimination from law enforcement, and a general invasion of privacy, from social media searches to increased surveillance and threats to free speech rights, are just some of the factors that led to this.
As of early February, airline bookings for the host cities in June were down 5% from Europe compared to last year, down 3.6% from Asia, and essentially flat from South America, according to Cirium data. The significant boost U.S. hotels were expecting from the World Cup may not happen, according to CoStar, the leading benchmarking and analytics firm for the industry. A FIFA analysis last year projected a $30.5 billion economic boost and 185,000 jobs this year, assuming millions of international tourists would flock to the tournament. U.S. inbound international travel declined in 2025. We are seeing much more muted optimism about the hotel results leading up to the World Cup. We are much less bullish about the World Cup than we were 3 months ago. Some U.S. cities, including New York, New Jersey, are scaling back or canceling fan festivals. Professor Fial believes a large, last-minute influx of international fans is unlikely given current travel complexities.
And the fans, as usual, are the ones left hanging out to dry.
I think it's just way overpriced.
On FIFA's official resale marketplace, staggering prices. The sport's governing body pocketing a 15% fee from both the seller and the buyer.
Now, we have official confirmation that our fears about Trump's secret police force being at the tournament weren't unfounded.
What a lot of people don't think about when they start talking about World Cup is what about the counterfeit products that come in or the human trafficking? When you have crowds this big, criminal activities follow. Well, ICE and HSI are going to be out there every day fighting against the counterfeit tickets, human trafficking, drug smuggling, counterfeit products. They're going to be working hand in hand with CBP along the way.
So a labor union that represents about 2,000 hospitality employees is threatening to go on strike if federal immigration and enforcement agents are deployed at SoFi Stadium when it hosts FIFA World Cup matches in June and July. And they have absolutely every reason to do this. They're more than justified. Because what do ICE agents have to do with the World Cup? All they're going to do is bring fear and intimidation to the workers and fans of the World Cup. Their mandate, as people pointed out, is border control. Last time I checked the FIFA World Cup, they got nothing to do with border control. So yeah, I'm all for them striking if these ICE agents are going to be allowed to be at the venue, bringing harm and chaos to these people just trying to earn an honest living.
What can $50 get you in New York City? 25 cups of streetcar coffee. 10 months of hard-hitting journalism. Still a classic. Infinite rides on the Staten Island Ferry. And for 1,000 lucky New Yorkers, a ticket to the World Cup. That's right. Last year we said we'd fight for cheaper tickets for New Yorkers. And today I'm proud to announce, just like Arsenal, we got it done.
I think, as a kid it was always a dream to be up here, to be in stadiums playing. And if I can, help the next kid get to that stage, I think it's a wonderful feeling. And the mayor has done an amazing job with making these tickets accessible to New Yorkers. And, my job is to bring joy, to put smiles on faces. So I'm going to do exactly that while standing by the side and making sure that, we can make it easier on anyone. So I'm really happy to be here and thank you to you all for coming out.
Listen, capitalism itself is responsible for this World Cup getting off to a disastrous start so far. Because at the end of the day, it's all about how much money can we make for FIFA. What's going to be our profit at the end of the day? And same with these corporate sponsors. Let's not get it twisted. Corporate sponsors, they want to rake in as much money as well. And so what happens with that mindset, the prices are ridiculously high. And that prices out the average fan. When you think about hotel prices, when you think about the cost of food at concession stands, the cost of tickets, right, to get into these World Cup games, like, yo, what are we doing? The local taxpayers, the people in these cities where the World Cup is being hosted, they can't even enjoy it in some cases because they don't have the funds to meet the ridiculous cost of the World Cup. So again, capitalism, doing capitalism things, and not good. Doesn't benefit the majority of the people. For Rebel HQ, I'm Chris Williamson. We'll see you next time.